Hello and welcome to another episode of Spoiler Appetite. My name is Tristan and happy post-Thanksgiving and Black Friday / weekend shopping, or aka Purge Night if you really want to get specific, because I feel those movies were based off of the idea of Black Friday and how it gets chaotic and whatnot. Anyways, so welcome to the show. Much to talk about. I'm talking about the Ghost in the Shell trailer, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I saw that. Gonna give my overall thoughts on that. Green Lantern possibly showing up in the Justice League movie, and the most recent episode of The Flash. So let's kick it off with possibly a Green Lantern showing up in Justice League. Now, for me, personally, I feel this is going to happen. It's going to be a cameo. Who knows what we're going to see. It would be cool if we could, if they would show the whole Green Lantern Corps and whatnot. But if it's just a cameo from one of the Green Lanterns, I personally would love to see John Stewart, Green Lantern. I mean, I feel that it's going to be Hal Jordan in the end, but honestly, I think Jon Stewart would be a great addition, especially to those who love the Justice League animated cartoon. And because for me, that's my Green Lantern. Nothing against Hal Jordan or anything, but I just feel Jon Stewart is my favorite because he's just so, he's just so great. I feel he's a great character in itself. I mean, like I said, nothing against Hal, but I feel he's great. I don't want to see Guy Gardner, because Guy Gardner is kind of like my least favorite Green Lantern. I know there are a lot of people who love Guy Gardner, and, so be it, but I don't feel like they would show Guy Gardner. I mean, not really a fan of Guy Gardner, because, he's got the goofy hair, and he's kind of a dick, so, but yeah, whichever Green Lantern they decide to give us in the movie, and obviously it's going to be a cameo, or will it be like the Wonder Woman situation where, not like where, towards the end they have the big boss battle, and then you see, they take on Steppenwolf and whatnot, but that, I don't think that would be the case, because if that were the case, we would have already heard who would be playing, the Green Lantern, whether it's Hal Jordan or Jon Stewart, Kyle Rayner, or Guy Gardner. And honestly, I think we would already heard who was casted as the Green Lantern if that were the case. But I'm excited for the cameo, and I've been seeing on Instagram in my Explore feed that there's a quote unquote some sort of leaked photo of Jake Gyllenhaal as Green Lantern, and honestly, I'm gonna say it's fake. It's so fake. There's no way they could keep that down, because everything mostly gets out when it comes to casting and whatnot, and I don't think if Jake Gyllenhaal was casted as Hal Jordan, we would already heard it by now. But I don't think that's the case, and it's fake, and honestly, if you've seen the picture, I'm just going to say it right off the bat, it's so fake because the costume, I'm just going off because it's just, the costume looks terrible. I do not like that design ever. It just doesn't scream Green Lantern to me, and so, it's so fake. I love how usually I can tell what's fake and what could possibly be real. There was a photo of, a really great photo of Harley Quinn giving the Joker tattoos. That first image we got of the Joker, and, where he's holding his head screaming. See all the tattoos. And someone made a great Photoshop art where behind him is Harley Quinn giving him tattoos. Now that, I thought that was real, but apparently it wasn't. And wow, like that was some good fan art, and that really made me believe. But with the whole Jake Gyllenhaal Photoshop, supposedly it's saying it's possibly that's what who's playing Green Lantern. That's what he looks like. It's totally fake. Like obviously, it's got to be fake because again, if Jake Gyllenhaal was casted as Hal Jordan Green Lantern, we've already heard it. We would have already heard it by now, but that's not the case. And so again, costume just looks terrible, and the way it's shown, the lighting's all dimmed out, looking like, someone's sneakily trying to take a picture of it. But yeah, honestly, I don't want Jake Gyllenhaal as Hal Jordan Green Lantern. I don't know. There's just something with Jake Gyllenhaal I just don't like. Like, there are some things, I mean, I can stand him overall, but personally, I don't know what it is, but it's like, I'm not one of those people who go out and see a Jake Gyllenhaal movie, because it's just like, I don't know, he's just not, I don't know, he just doesn't really click with me like he does with others. Like, even, like, I saw Donnie Darko, and I didn't really care for it. I didn't get the fascination. I don't get why people love it so much. I just don't get it. So, yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal as Green Lantern, I really hope that's not the case, because, just don't like Jake Gyllenhaal in general as an actor. I don't know why. I mean, not to say that he's bad or anything. It's just, I don't know. Just don't really like him. But as far as Green Lantern showing up in the Justice League movie, really hoping it's Jon Stewart, or it could be one of the Guardians from the Green Lantern Corps, which that would be cool to show us, like, what's to come in the Green Lantern movie, that little tease and whatnot. So yeah, Green Lantern and Justice League. Give it to me now. Alright, what else? Ghost in the Shell trailer. So, Ghost in the Shell trailer is based off of the anime book and movie. Book came first, obviously. And for anyone that's wondering, no, I am not an anime fan, but I thought I should talk about this because it is kind of in the realm of, that genre of, like, geekiness and whatnot. But yeah, I'm not a fan of anime at all. I don't know, it just doesn't really click with me like it does with some of my friends, and just, I don't know what it is about anime that I just don't like about it. I don't know what it is. But I'm sure anime is great, but it's just not my cup of tea. But anyways, talking about the trailer. Now, honestly, I love the look of it. I really love the look. I sort of looked at this trailer as, and possibly I'm going to look at this whole movie as, an Elseworld sort of Blade Runner. I mean, it looks like Blade Runner, basically. And it looks pretty damn impressive. And yeah, everything just looks fantastic. I mean, the one thing that I don't like about it is Scarlett Johansson. And it's not because it's whitewashed and whatnot. It's not that. I mean, although I feel like, by the end of the trailer, I tweeted, I was like, I would have loved, they should have cast Halle Berry in this role. I don't know. That would have been great. I mean, but yeah, whitewashing, I get it. I get it when it comes to, whitewashing these live action anime stuff, because, it's all about marketing and you want to make your money back. You're spending $100 plus something on this project and whatnot. And I get it. You need that star who's going to draw everyone who's not a fan of the series to come and watch it and whatnot. But for me, personally, I couldn't stand Scarlett Johansson in it, because I was just like, well, I mean, because it's like, we're so used to her seeing her play Black Widow. And it's kind of annoying that she's playing these types of characters when she's not in an Avengers movie. She's playing some sort of assassin, and it's kind of annoying. Like, for some actors, it works for me. Like Liam Neeson, like, that guy can play the same character over and over again, and I won't get tired. But, I don't know, with Scarlett Johansson, I feel it was, I don't know, I don't think it works for me when she's playing the same character in the action movies and whatnot. And I mean, who knows? This may be great. I'm hoping. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'll eventually see this movie. I don't think it could be any worse than Lucy because I hated Lucy. I don't know. I don't know about y'all, but I seriously hated that movie. I was forced to watch that movie, and oh my god, did I hate it. Just, I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't have a good time with it. Just didn't think it was just great in the end. But yeah, Ghost in the Shell, hopefully it's a lot better than Lucy was. Because, wow, Lucy was just terrible. So take it for what it is. I thought it was just terrible in general. So yeah, Ghost in the Shell, again, I don't think we're ever going to move past this whole whitewashing in anime live action movies because it's all about marketing, getting that actor to like bring the non-fans of the genre to go see it. But yeah, Ghost in the Shell, I will check it out because visually, like I said, it looks like an Elseworld sort of Blade Runner movie. So yeah, looks great. Probably not going to rush out to see it in theaters. But yeah, that's just me. So yeah, Ghost in the Shell, like I said, visually looks great. Scarlett Johansson is a no for me, so yeah. So what else do I have on my notes? Alright, I don't know if I should talk about The Flash or Fantastic Beasts first. I think I'll start with The Flash. So, you guys remember how I was talking about The Flash and how I hoped that a certain character wouldn't be this character? So, okay, before I explode, before I get mad as hell, as you'll hear in this podcast later on, let me just talk about what I liked about the recent episode of The Flash. The Flash episode that is called Killer Frost. I loved it overall. Liked it overall. I loved, the characters do great, I loved it. I mean, performance-wise, everyone does great. I love that Caitlin Snow has these powers and is kind of just losing it in this episode and feels that, alchemy can be the one to save her and be that bridge of like, you give me hope, he could possibly take my powers away or something like that. And honestly, I like that concept. I like how she was going evil, but not like, she was kind of going to the extreme. She didn't kill anyone, but she did hurt a lot of people, like Tom Felton's character, for example. She hurt him, and that was, she started to turn into Killer Frost, but even then, she was just, like, she wasn't going to that extreme where she would take someone's life, especially the Flash team, Cisco or Barry and whatnot, and that's why I think the best part about this episode where Barry confronts her, has her locked up, releases her and says, you can go, but the only way you're getting away is if you can kill me first. And, has that great monologue that, those lines of like, your name's Killer Frost. Show me some killing. Like, do it. Just do it. And just, oh man, Caitlin just can't do it. In the end, just drops the icicle and just breaks down. It's just like, oh my god, that was a great scene. And yeah, really great. Really, really fantastic. And, performance-wise, everyone did great. Even though I felt some characters just, like Joe, for example, like, come on, dude. He's in this cocoon, and you don't know what's going to happen. So you don't know, like, it could be for the worse or for the better that he's in that cocoon. Like, we don't know what's going to happen. And Joe stupidly just breaks him out of it. And I feel like that could, later on in the season, it probably won't, but that could possibly come back and bite Joe in the butt. And because, who knows what that cocoon was doing. And, Joe just breaks him out of it, and Wally he has his powers. Didn't seem like himself, but he was very moving fast, even when he was standing still. And, yeah, Joe, way to go. Father of the Year. Like, I get it. Like, I understand where Joe is coming from. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand where he was coming from. And the fact that, he just, last season he just met this kid. And, it's almost been a year since he met this kid and that he has a son and whatnot. I get that. And he's just torn about this whole thing and, how, when his gut tells him something, he needs to stick with it and not go with Barry's plan and whatnot. And, Cisco, I don't know why, but I already thought Cisco knew that Cisco's brother was alive in a different timeline before Barry screwed it all up and whatnot. I already thought he knew that, but I guess not. And, I don't like it when Cisco and Barry fight. Like, it just rubs me the wrong way. Like, my favorite, part of that whole friendship is when, it's probably it's from my favorite Flash episode where Barry in season 2 has to go back in time and get more speed from Eobard Thawne to stop Zoom. And in that moment, Barry from that timeline from the past and Barry from the future, Barry from the past comes to the Star Labs, who confronts the future Alan and is like, "What? Wait, who's who?" And they had that conversation of trying to get Cisco on their side about how we watched Wrath of Khan something many times, and Cisco's like, "Ha, you're an imposter," and they just that scene is great. I love that scene in general. But yeah, like I said, I hate it when they fight. It's just I don't want to see that end, and it's not going to. But yeah, again, I already thought Cisco knew, but I guess not, because I wasn't paying attention. But let's get to what I was paying attention, and that ending. Now, as I said, 2 episodes ago, I was talking about how, I'm loving The Flash, but I'm really hoping that in the end, Tom Felton's character is not alchemy. And I hope he's like an Eddie Thawne sort of way where, he somehow has to be the hero of the end of the episode. And, like Eddie Thawne did in season 1. Not the case at all. And I was hoping he wasn't alchemy. But, of course, after the end of Killer Frost episode, it's revealed Tom Felton's character is alchemy. And I have no words. I didn't see it live or whatever, but my mother was watching it live, and, I came back, I went to go see I watched the episode with her, and she's like, "Oh, you're gonna hate the ending." I'm like, "Oh, now that kind of worries me." I didn't even have the thought of, Tom Felton's character is alchemy. That didn't pass me through. That didn't, cross my mind at all. And so I was just like, what could it be? But eventually, that whole, what could it be? What could this ending be that's going to piss me off? And so eventually that question, I watched the episode, didn't even think about the ending at all. And then it happens, and I'm telling you guys, I was cursing like a sailor, like no other. I was so fucking pissed. And anyone that follows me on Twitter knows how fucking livid I was of that ending, that Tom Felton's character is alchemy. Oh my god, again? This is such bullshit. Seriously, I would love, for once, I would love to, get a season of The Flash where, Barry we haven't met a character that meets Barry and befriends him first and then betrays him at the end. And sort of like Zoom did in season 2. I mean, season 1, I feel Reverse Flash, that was a great story. He wasn't necessarily a villain. He was a villain. But his whole goal was, I just want to get back to my time. That's all I want. I don't want to kill you. I just want to get back to my time. And so, that I feel he will be the greatest villain of the Flash series, because he just wanted to get back home. As much as he hated fucking Barry Allen, he just needed to get back home. And then Zoom just wanted to be the fastest man alive and just rule destroy basically all other Earths and whatnot. That was his plan, if I remember correctly. But with but with that season, we had season 1 where Erebor Thawne, Barry meets, Harrison Wells, aka Erebor Thawne. Later has to tell him, I don't really like you, but I need your help. And then in season 2, quote unquote, Jay Garrick, you know, turns out he was Zoom, and then basically portrays him, and he has to fight him. And now it's like, with this, it's like, okay, this is the third time they're doing this shit. Like, and that's the thing with this show. I feel this is going to be the trend from now on. Well, I feel like this is going to be the trend, but I don't feel it could be because, at one point does the writer or the, whatever goes into making the shows, what is it that, like, whatever crossed someone's mind is like, hey, this, we keep doing this, but it just doesn't seem right at all. Like, it seems, like, don't you think Barry would learn by now that, he can't really trust new people and whatnot? Just be precaution of these new characters. But again, I feel like this is going to be the never-ending trend of the show. It's like, hey, it's, we meet this character, turns out he's the real villain. It's like, no. And look, if you're shocked about if you were shocked and, like, caught you off guard that Tom Felton's character was Alchemy, fine. But for me, it's like, it was so damn obvious from the moment we saw Tom Felton. You did have that feel of like, oh, he's probably the villain. And I was so hoping, and I was like denying, like, I really hope he's not the, like, main villain. Hope he's not Alchemy. But, boy, was I wrong. Like, as much as I try to ignore that fact, it comes into play. I'm just like, I don't get it. Like, why are you doing this a third time? I mean, sure, he's not the main bad guy. We got Salvatore, which, if I'm going to be honest, I don't like the look of Salvatore at all. I don't know. CGI characters are, I don't know. Like, CGI characters for me in general, it's a 50-50 for me. Either it looks good or it looks bad. But then again, I think it's all about the design as well. So, with the design of Salvatore, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like that he looks like Megatron from Transformers. I don't like that at all. I just, I'd rather see a guy in a metal suit. And, that was kind of my hoping that, before this episode, the Carol Frost episode came up, I was kind of hoping, he's just wearing armor. But then again, like, what's he protecting himself if he's the god of speed? But it turns out that is him. Like, he's not a man in a metal suit at all. So, yeah, I don't like the look of Salvatore at all. I just don't. And I do love that he's so fast. He's basically like teleporting from one point to another point. It's great. But yeah, getting back to the whole Tom Felton as Alchemy. I was fucking livid. I don't like it. I don't. Like, I get it. He's not the main villain. Salvatore is. But again, it's like, come on. Like, guys. Like, look, I love The Flash. Like, The Flash is like my favorite CW TV show right now. But with this, I'm just like, okay, this is just one problem. It's still my favorite, but still, again, why? Again, this is the third time. And hopefully, for season 4, hopefully it's not the same case again, because it's like, that's what's gonna make me, it's gonna be like Arrow for me, where it's like, with Arrow, I feel, why season 3 and season 4, well, I think season 4 was better for Arrow than season 3, because season 3, if I'm gonna be honest, season 3 for Arrow was just depressing as hell. There were some great moments, but overall, it was depressing as hell, and I hope, maybe that's why Arrow kind of fell flat for me, was because it was just getting too dark and too depressing. And I feel like this is probably, for The Flash, I feel the trend of Barry meeting this character who later turns out to be the villain. I think if this is what they're going to keep doing, that's probably going to be one of my problems with the show then. Because it's like, you can't keep doing this. Like, look, of all the rhetorical, repetitive stuff you guys do, this is one thing I don't want to see again. And look, I'm still going to watch The Flash because, as I said, it's my favorite show. Love it. Can't get enough of it, even if it's like 23 episodes long. Whereas opposed to, 10 episodes long, which, HBO right now, like with Westworld, like, I swear, if you're not watching Westworld, I mean, I get it, everyone doesn't have free time like I do, but oh my god, when you get the chance, check out Westworld, because oh my god, HBO knows how to produce great TV, because god damn is it good. But yeah, Flash, as much as as angry as I got with that ending, I'm still tuning around because, again, this genre is my favorite. Like, I love the comic book genre overall. But seriously, I'm not happy with this whole alchemy reveal. Just fucking bullshit. Anyway, so let's move along to Fantastic Beasts, who one of the people that is in it is our Flash. The Flash actor is in it. The movie actor that plays the Flash in the movies is in this movie. So, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Now, I'm not going to give any spoilers away because I know there are probably some diehard Harry Potter fans that haven't gotten to it and whatnot. And so, honestly, I'm going to get into it. Okay, so from the get-go, from the start of it, when Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them was introduced, it's a prequel to Harry Potter. I thought, oh, that's cool. That's kind of great. I mean, yeah, why not? Like, I would love to see what that wizarding world looks like, 70 years before Harry Potter, before those events and whatnot. Yeah, why not? And it's set in America, which, again, pretty cool. I like that idea. I like it. So what did the wizarding world, like, what was it that was, like, what's different from, what we have in the present versus what happens in the early 20th century? So that concept, really clicked with me. Not so much with my mom. I don't think she'll ever see Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them because, it's not Harry Potter, and yeah, it's. I think she will get around to it, but it's whatever. But for me, I had to see because I just was really intrigued of like, what was it like? What's it like in America, and what's it like in that wizarding world in America, 70 years before the events of Harry Potter? So yeah, saw Fantastic Beasts, and overall, it was fine. Like, I felt it was fine. I feel it wasn't really anything special, really. Like, I don't know. It was fine. Like, it wasn't good or bad. It was just fine. It's like in the middle. But yeah, before the movie came out, I was very excited, from the set photos and the first images. Like, I love that, had the first Entertainment Weekly, like the Entertainment Weekly cover where it shows A. Raymond as Newt Scamander. Like, if you took off the title Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them title off of that cover, I would have thought he was the next Doctor for Doctor Who. I would have thought that. And yeah, I was really digging it. I was digging everything I was seeing, from the trailers to the TV spots, commercials. I was really digging it, but when I saw it, I thought it was fine. Like, I was certainly one of those people who didn't go in expecting a Harry Potter-esque, like, type of movie. I wasn't, like, looking for that at all. Like, I understood this is, like, 70 years beforehand. It could go either way. It doesn't have to be like Harry Potter. It doesn't have to be like that at all. But for me, overall, I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was good or bad. It was fine. Nothing special to see, honestly. For me, at least. I know there are some people who get really upset for me saying that, but I'm just going to be honest. That's how I felt about it. And honestly, I think the reason why I'm saying it's fine is because I think I'm just having fatigue with that whole Wizarding world and Harry Potter world. I don't know. I think that's probably why I wasn't, like, excited for it, and why I didn't come out liking it as much as people like my friend Olivia, who I had a few episodes on the podcast. Like, she is diehard Harry Potter fan. That's her whole jam. She's loved Harry Potter because she's part of my generation that grew up on Harry Potter. That which is we grew up on that. Whether you read the books or just watched the movies, and clearly I was one of the kids who just watched the movies. I think I only read like Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, or is it called Philosopher's Stone? I don't know. But yeah, my friend Olivia, she loved it. From one of her tweets, if I can recall, it made her cry in so many good ways, and so that's great. Like, if you love this movie and you're a Harry Potter fan, and you can still enjoy this even though it's not Harry Potter, good on you. But for me, personally, I don't know. And again, it's not because, I expected it to be a Harry Potter movie. It's just I'm having fatigue with that whole world and whatnot. And yeah, so let's get into my positives. First thing I loved about this movie is the whole idea that the no matches / muggles, apparently they're called no matches in America. I love the fact that you got the no matches and wizards. They're kind of colliding with each other, and the wizards are trying to not be discovered at all. Like, they don't want the whole no matches to know that wizards do exist and whatnot. They're trying to keep it low and not start like a war or anything like that. And you do have this cult in the movie that just hates and is trying to expose these wizards and whatnot. And yeah, I love that idea. Who knows if I'm going to see the next 5 sequels to the Fantastic Beasts. But, I think for that concept alone, that idea that, you have no matches who are pretty much crazy and, hate no matches. Hate wizards because, they're wizard and whatnot. I love that idea. I love the fact that you did have these people, which it would make sense in that world. I love that idea so much. Performance-wise, I felt everyone was great, except for Eddie Redmayne, and Ezra Miller. Look, with Ezra Miller's character, I get it. I get why, he performed that way, because, his character called for that. But then again, it's just I don't know. He's 20-something years old, and, I get it. I get why he was like that, but I don't know. It just didn't really click with me. I don't know. It just didn't really do it for me. But for what he was given, it's fine, I guess. But the real problem I have with this movie is, I'll start with Eddie Redmayne first. I don't know. From all the promotion and marketing that I've seen this for, I kind of got the vibe of, he's like the Doctor, but if he was a wizard and not an alien, and without time traveling and whatnot. He's sort of that's what I got from it. He's like the Doctor, but he's a wizard. And seeing this movie, not the case at all. Not the case at all. And I don't know. I just didn't like it. I didn't like how he was, pronouncing his words, giving his lines out. He was just so shy and awkward, and it was just I don't, who knows? Maybe his character will develop, will look people in the eyes and be more sort of can stand up for himself and be confident. But in this movie, he's very shy and sort of twitchy. I don't know, I didn't like that at all. I was expecting more, quirkiness, goofy kind of humor with him, and yet it's a wizard and sort of serious, and he protects it. Yes, he really does care for his Fantastic Beast that he has in his briefcase and whatnot, which they actually show you what's the animals in the beast and the suitcase, which they show you what's inside and how it's all like what it looks like in general. And I thought, that's really cool. I love that. That's really cool. That's another thing I liked about it. Like, look, Fantastic Beasts in general, I feel there are definitely like Harry Potter-esque moments. Like there are definitely some moments where you feel like it takes you back to Harry Potter. Those fun comedic moments that remind you of Harry Potter. Like there are definitely some Harry Potter moments in it where it's like, this feels like Harry Potter. Like the lighter toned, moments in Harry Potter. I got those feels for that. Like that was great. I loved those moments. But yeah, but my last thing, and probably what killed it for me, and so making me kind of not wanting coming back to this franchise, is the ending. Like I said, I'm not going to spoil it, but the ending, it's okay. How do I put it in terms that doesn't really spoil it? Well, okay, I'm not going to say what it is or who it is. Alright, spoilers, potential spoilers. It pulls a Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire ending. You know what I mean? It reveals that a character is actually another character in this movie. It happens at the end. And boy, I was just like, oh boy. Okay, I don't like that at all. Because I thought that certain character was the best part of the whole movie. I thought that character was the best. And especially that actor who gives it all his best. And it's like, you don't see him much, but when he's on screen, you love everything about him. Like, you get where this character is coming from. You get the sense of, like, what his mission is. Like, what he's trying to achieve. And honestly, okay, it's the villain, obviously. Okay, Colin Farrell. It's Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell's character turns out to be another character. And it's like, yeah, you just really ruined it for me. Yeah, with that ending, you really ruined it for me. Like, and I get it. You're setting up that for these other 5 movies, but for me personally, I was like, it would have been better if he was like an association, like he was working for that character who, turns out it's actually that character. It would have been nice if he was actually, a partner with that character and achieving the whole whatever they're trying to achieve. Like, that would have been much better. But no, you just had to trying to reveal that it's that character. I just don't get it. Just to know, like, you totally ruined Colin Farrell's character. Like, you didn't need that. He was great as he is. And it's like, and now it's kind of like, well, now what? Like, where's that character? Like, that's the question I'm probably gonna, like, that's what I came out with. It's like, okay, if Colin Farrell turns out that he's actually this character that's played by another actor, then where's Colin Farrell's character? Did he die, I guess? Like, and if that's the case, it's like, no, come on. And I mean, that's pretty much the case. Like, I bet it is. And it's just like, you really ruined it for me. Like there were great moments in this, but honestly, that's what really made me feel like, okay, this movie is fine. Nothing really special. Just, yeah, thanks. And yeah, I mean, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Like, look, if you're a Harry Potter fan, I would say go see it. But again, don't go in with the mentality of, like, expecting another Harry Potter movie. Like, don't go in expecting it's sort of like the vibe of Harry Potter. Don't expect that at all. Just don't. Because it's not going to be pretty if you go in with that mentality. So yeah, Fantastic Beast, was fine. I didn't find anything special about it, but don't get me wrong. As much as I hate that ending and, Eddie Redmayne's performance and Ezra Miller's performance, there were some things to like about it. Like I said, before the ending, the reveal that Colin Farrell character is actually this character, he was wonderful. Like, he really outshines everyone else. I really loved it. And, the whole concept of, no badges. There's people of the no matches hating wizard and witches, and that was great. Like, look, there's stuff that I liked and stuff I didn't like. Like with most movies, not every movie can be like Captain America: Civil War. I mean, like, yeah, not every movie can be Captain America: Civil War for me, where like I find everything is great and I didn't find one problem with it. I mean, it's just movies. I mean, you may love this movie, and and I said this movie was fine, and it's whatever. But again, it's all opinion. Like, that's just my opinion. Overall, like, this is all about opinion. So, yeah. So that's spoiler appetite for this week. And you just been spoiled.